How'd you do, y'all? This is John, and today we're talking about Resident Evil Village, a video game from 2021 by Capcom. And in Resident Evil Village, you play as Ethan Winters, who is trying to save his daughter that has been kidnapped by this evil witch named Mother Miranda. And in between her and you are these four lords of this town, and who knows how many what they call Lycans protecting this town. Well, technically destroying the town, but you get the point. Okay, now getting into first and foremost what I liked about the video game. Ethan Winters is a character that I've always liked since Biohazard. As you all know, Biohazard is my favorite game in the Resident Evil series. There are other, great 10 out of 10 games like the RE2 remake, the most recent one, Resident Evil Requiem. But my favorite's Biohazard. And while Ethan Winters may not be my favorite character in the series, that is Jill Valentine, Ethan Winters is a character I've always thought got a lot of hate that he doesn't deserve. And especially after this game, I don't understand what the common criticism is with Ethan Winters. Now, is he the most expressive character in the series? No. However, he is by far the most human and arguably relatable character in the series. Ethan Winters is someone who has gone through a lot of dark situations, and throughout each and every one of them, when push comes to shove, he's always looking after other people. Heck, each of the games, he's trying to save someone important to him. In Biohazard, it was his wife. In this game, Village, it's his daughter. And in this game, he undeniably, wins Best Video Game Dad of 2021 award. Because a lot of the stuff that he does to save Rose's life, very few human beings would be willing to do such things. And the ones that are deserve to be considered true heroes. How are the graphics in the game? The graphics are incredible. This game was made in the original RE engine. This game does have, some of the best graphics that RE engine can, in fact, make. Not only that, but just the visual presentation of the game itself. It is stunning to look at. I also played this game on two different consoles, the PlayStation 5, its native console, and they recently ported it to the Nintendo Switch 2. Much like Requiem, I like to compare the two. Now, obviously, the PlayStation 5 has 4K graphics, so immediately you see that it's higher resolution than, the Nintendo Switch 2. But that doesn't mean that the Nintendo Switch 2 version looks ugly, because it does not look ugly at all. It's arguably just as stunning on the Nintendo Switch 2 as it is the PlayStation 5. There's also this one criticism that I had with the Biohazard and Requiem Switch 2 ports, which was, inventory is a little glitchy, trying to go through the inventory. I did not have that issue with Village at all. Village, me going through my inventory and, doing item management, I had zero issue at all. I don't know if it was patch related or what, but I did not have an issue going through it. So between the two, I would honestly argue the Switch 2 version is better. This is because, honestly, for whatever reason, I just simply enjoyed playing it on the Switch 2 more than I did the PlayStation 5. I don't know why, I had more fun with it on Switch 2 than PS5. So if you want my recommendation, that's what I would go for which is strange because it wasn't made for the Switch 2 at all. But it's up to you. In terms of the voice acting, I think that the voice acting is great all around. I did not have an issue with the voice acting at all. I think everyone does a great job with the voice acting. Unlike with Requiem, though, I don't know everyone's name who did the voice work on this game, but I think it's worth talking about how great the voice acting is, especially with the villains lady, Dimitrescu, and Heisenberg. Like, their voice actors were intense and intimidating. And when it comes to the horror element of the game, this game is action horror, every bit as much as it is survival horror. And unfortunately, Resident Evil does have this very bad habit of when they go action horror, like the horror element is just gone. It's completely gone. It was like this with Resident Evil 4, also 5 and 6. But for whatever reason, at least when you're playing as Ethan Winters, that is not the case with Village. Village is at times just as terrifying as any other Resident Evil game, especially when you're in the Lady Benvenuto's house. I have no idea how to pronounce her last name, but that friggin' doll, that doll Angie, that thing's just terrifying. And also that mutant monster, that sounds like a baby. Glad I did not have to kill that thing. I do not want to know what it would have sounded like if I had to. The only time it stops being scary is this one section where you play as Chris Redfield. I don't know why they had you play as Chris Redfield. There's only a couple things that occur that's arguably important, but it's all stuff that could have just been a quick cutscene. That's it. Now, when it comes to problems with this game, unfortunately, unlike Biohazard or Requiem, I would not call this a perfect game. Unfortunately, it dwells into the world of Supernatural a little bit, and that just doesn't sound very Resident Evil to me. Resident Evil has always been bio-horror. Everything's biological. This game, there's vampires, there's witches, and they all have dark magic attached to them. Yeah, I wasn't exactly a big fan of that. Some of the dialogue can also be a little cringe at times. There's this one part where one of the villains is just acting like a child and repeatedly going, die, 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 and you're just in there going, that's a little cringe. Ethan also makes an attempt to pull a Leon and do a one-liner, and it just doesn't come out as well as when Leon does a one-liner. I'm just there going, Ethan, you're awesome and all, but please leave the one-liners to Leon. There's a legacy character with Chris Redfield, and, Chris has always been kind of a mixed bag for me personally, because he's a very inconsistent character. But this game just makes him seem like a complete a-hole, and I know for a fact that that is not Chris Redfield. Chris Redfield's not a complete a-hole. He's not a perfect character, but he's not that bad. So guys, in conclusion, Resident Evil Village, it's not a 10 out of 10 at all. But I did enjoy this game. I liked it. And I think it's a good game. Ethan Winters is, a great underappreciated character. The voice acting's good. It's visually just beautiful to look at. This is the only action horror entry in the series where you actually truly feel the horror element to it. It's not perfect. I definitely did not like the supernatural element that they put in the game. However, I do recommend it if you're a Resident Evil fan and you haven't played it yet, or if you're just a gamer just looking for something to pass the time, I'm going to give Resident Evil Village an 8. Well, that's all the time I have for today. Please look forward to more videos real soon. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Please also subscribe if you're new to the channel. Please don't forget, I also have a secondary channel where I do gaming content. Please go check it out. As per usual, please remember, Dobretsky will return.
Poor Papa. You're the only one who doesn't see your kid's power.
Take Rose? I'd like to see you try.